Nelson and De Silva lead us to the green flag. 6 laps to go here in heat race number 1.
Nelson throws it into corner 1 as your leader. De Silva back there in second. Moss running in third. And that Nelson team's been doing good as of the last few weeks, Tommy, really improving on the performance.
Yeah, Ashley Nelson got up on the podium last week, as we mentioned. Brooke Nelson having a bit of trouble tonight in the 22B, but she's had a couple good runs lately, as well as now Joey Wilcox gets spun around in turn 1 and 2, so he'll fall a long way back. It's still Ashley Nelson in the lead here. De Silva second, but here comes Moss in the number 3.
Yeah, Moss looks to the inside there. Stirs up a little bit of dust from the inside of the track, trying to get all the real estate possible. Cross flags are out for Ashley Nelson, your leader. De Silva running second. Here comes Moss to the inside.
Moss still working on that position as De Silva slides high. Moss takes over and brings Olivieri with him. Now here comes Jerry Burnham to the inside as well, trying to freight train the 0-1 of De Silva. 2 to go now for Nelson up front. 4 laps in and 6 to go. Moss trying to chase her down.
In through 3 and off the corner 4 to the white flag for Ashley Nelson. Moss in second. Olivieri right now running in the 3rd spot. And Gerald Burnham now working his way into 4th with De Silva back to 5th.
White flag out for Nelson, 1 lap to go for her. Now she comes out of turn 4 and gets the checkered flag, so Nelson gets the win. Then it's Moss, Olivieri, Burnham, and De Silva rounding out the top 5. Heat race number 2 already lined up on the big track in corner 4. This as Paul Longboat, the 188, is tied with him coming into the evening.
They go down into corner number 1 with Wirt holding the lead for the moment, but Thorne, the point leader, goes to the outside and grabs the top spot as they work it through 3 and off of 4, 3 wide for that 2nd spot.
Thorne holding the lead, but 3 cars right behind him. Contact between Wirt and Moss into corner 1. And that gives Jillian Hills a good run down the back stretch as she works on the 6 of Wade Thorne for the lead.
Thorne, your leader. Hills in that 2nd spot. Work back to 3rd. And you've got the Longboats again trying to find their way back to the front of the field. Struggled here the last couple of weeks with a change up in the track configuration, or in the actual tackiness of the track.
Now everybody's kind of moved up a lane on the front stretch to get a better run into corner 1. As Thorne continues to lead here over Hills. Paul Longboat, the co-points leader, still at the back of the pack in this one. Here comes Hills again with 2 to go, trying to get around the outside of Thorne. As some contact in turns 1 and 2 between Dustin Longboat and Kyle Wirt.
White flag will come out. Thorne and Hills going at it side by side at the line. That time looked like Hills maybe had the advantage. 1 more trip around. Good qualifying heat here.
And Dustin Longboat is right there as well, side by side down the backstretch for the lead. Hills gets a good run into corner 3 and 4, but slides up high. She'll take the win anyway. Second by a nose will be Thorne. Then it is Dustin Longboat, Paul Longboat, Wirt, and Jake Moss. coming in the air from Kyle McKenzie.
First feature of the night is underway. Nelson, your leader, De Silva on the outside in that 0-1. So working down the backstretch, coming down to complete lap number 1. 12 laps of distance here for the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers.
Still racing side by side at the front of the field. De Silva has been shuffled up high here. Moz in the number 3 car makes it 3 wide along with Burnham and De Silva. Now Kyle Wirt in the 19 sticking his nose down on the inside to make it 3 wide again in turn number 3 and 4. Still Nelson with the lead.
4 wide on the front stretch there for a moment. A lot of beating and banging. Now De Silva comes to a stop on the front stretch. We'll see if that will bring the yellow out. Yes, it will, says race director Doug Leonard. And they all stack up in corner number 3.
And they're getting a little bit of a talking to on the radio there, as nobody really slowed down a whole lot when they heard the yellow call on the radio. So we work on getting
in the seating or concession area. We have designated areas at the ends of corners 4 and corner 1. One more time around, and we'll get back to the green flag. Ashley Nelson leading the field on the podium for the first time last week. She's looking for her first career win. She's got a veteran right on her back bumper, though. Jerry Burnham there in the 14s. The green flag's back out.
Jerry Burnham got his first feature win of the season last week, and he's not content to stick with just one feature win for the rest of the year. He wants to get back to victory lane. Goes to the outside now on Nelson in corners 3 and 4. Wirt is right there in the 19 as well.
Burnham working that outside line on Ashley Nelson, but Nelson doing a nice job in the 22A. Now this time leaves the bottom side door open. Burnham looked for a moment, but Nelson continuing to lead as they work down off of corner 4.
Yeah, Nelson is doing a very good job over the last couple of weeks. Really improved behind the wheel of the 22A. She continues to lead over Burnham here. Then it's Wirt and Jake Moss going at it for the 3rd spot. Joey Wilcox, another good run underway for him. He's in the top 5.
Nelson stripe another time. Nelson leads over Burnham. And it's Moss and Wirt. Right now Wade Thorne, the point leader, sitting in 5th.
So Thorne gets around Wilcox into the 5th spot. Here come the Longboat brothers as well as Jillian Hills, who got up on the podium a couple weeks ago and got a heat race win tonight. So the fast cars who started near the back are trying to make their way through the field here. But it's still, no, it's not anymore, as Burnham has gotten around Nelson for the lead. So Nelson back to 2nd as they come up on the slower car of Brooke Nelson.
Yeah, Burnham, your new leader, works to the inside now of the 22B of Brooke Nelson. Ashley Nelson keeping pace though, and this might work to her advantage. Oh, little tag team slam off of corner number 2. Ashley Nelson back to the top, Burnham back to 2nd, now Moss into the mix.
Boy, that was the Ashley Nelson slide job there as she drove it hard into corner 1. It may have a bit of a tire rub now on the 22A as Burnham gets to the inside and takes the lead back from Nelson, and here comes Moss trying to get to the inside as well. Just 3 laps to go as they come to, actually 2 to go this time by for Burnham.
Moss into 2nd, Nelson running in 3rd. Here comes Wirt on the inside line. Oh, he catches the 22A now. Gives her a bit of a bump there as they come off the 4th corner. The white flag is out. Burnham looking to go back to back.
Nelson drives low there and cuts off the 19 of Wirt, keeps him behind her for the moment. As both Wirt and Longboat work on the 3rd spot. Up front, Burnham comes out of corner 4, and Jerry Burnham will go back-to-back in Mobile 1 victory lane. 2nd will be Moz. 3rd at the line, by a nose, it'll be Ashley Nelson, who then gets turned around in corner 1 and 2. But Ashley Nelson is back on the podium again with a steaming bomber car.
Oh, they're still beating and banging here under the yellow flag down towards the mid part of the pack. As Tommy Gooch will head down to Mobile 1 victory lane and talk with our winner, Gerald Burnham. Moss 2nd, Nelson coming home 3rd for the 2nd straight week. Following that, then the 50 laps for the Thunderstocks. Oh, and my Pinty's boneless wings are here. Thank you, son.
Oh, you waited till I left and then you got food.
Gotcha.
Jerry Burnham's out of the car. He can hear you now. Make some noise for your feature winner 2 weeks in a row in the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers. Jerry's got some fans up there in the crowd now, 2 weeks in a row, and all of a sudden you got a fan club up there. But that was a hard-fought race. Lap traffic almost got you, and Ashley Nelson's really improved. She almost took the win away from you there close to the end.
Yeah, she's been unbelievable. Just crazy improvement and driving all around great, running a solid line, and made the stupid mistake of trying to go around her sister on the outside, but I thought I was going to take second place home. Luckily, I got her on the inside and got the win for second week. Couldn't even do that for 1 week last year.
Who do you want to thank for getting you here to Mobile One Victory Lane, Jerry?
I'd really like to thank Gales. As always, Gales always puts on a good show for us and sponsors our division great. And my dad, my uncle, everyone that comes out and supports me. Just a great night. Got to thank everyone.
There he is. That's Jerry Burnham. Good job tonight. We'll head over. We'll talk to Jake Maas back on the podium here, a feature winner already this year, second place tonight. And there was a lot of hard racing there, some beating and banging. So I think you might feel fortunate to be up here on the podium.
Well, it was a great night, and I had a great time running. Gerald deserved that win. He raced hard, and it was nice to see him up here again. And we've been racing for 3 years now together, and it's been fun racing with him. It was a tough race. There was a lot of banging and stuff, and starting that far back and working my way up, I definitely feel like I appreciate the second place a lot more.
Who do you want to thank for getting you up here on the podium again, Jake?
I'd like to thank Ontario Auto Market and Tire, VIP Foam, and just my dad every night working on the engine and trying to get the car ready, and my girlfriend for supporting me every week.
There he is, scoring some brownie points. This is Jake Maas. We'll head over and we'll talk to Ashley Nelson, second time on the podium, and the car again steaming here. You're going to put your dad to work again this week, but you got to feel good 2 weeks in a row on the podium.
Yeah, I thought I was going to have it for a while, but then something happened. I got cut off, and then they ended up getting in front of me, but I'm glad I got around whoever was behind me. And my rad, it's starting to act up again.
Who do you want to thank for getting up here on the podium again?
I'd like to thank my crew, John Myers, for getting me here, my sister Brittany and Brooke for making me laugh and making jokes, and then Austin Parks, Brooke's boyfriend, for making sure my wheels were tight.
There she is. That's Ashley Nelson, third place here tonight. And put your hands together for all of our podium finishers in the Gales Auto Aftermarket Bombers.